Real Scene TV is brought to you by Top Shelf Productions.
What's up, Indianapolis? It is a very special Saturday night for Real Scene TV.
I'm Danielle Hester.
I'm John Bousman.
And we are back on the couch at our studios at the 247 Sky Bar for one final episode of 2014.
Tonight, we are taking a look back at the best of this year, some of our favorite moments, and yours.
Let's take a look at what's coming up tonight.
And the mission for Midwest Fashion Week is dedicated to showcasing the creative efforts of the clothing design community.
The museum is here to interpret and preserve the old pathology building.
The old neon sign, and people love getting their picture taken underneath that, just a little piece of history.
It's one thing to give dollars, it's another thing to give of yourself and your time. When you start doing that, it starts changing you inside.
Before I could ask another question, a call came in over the radio.
Brother is a white male wearing a black hoodie, possibly armed with a knife. All parties live in the trailer court.
2014's been a busy year, but a good one.
Absolutely.
Right here on the couch with you.
With you too.
Have you ever figured out how to say orangutan? Is it orangutan or orangutan?
You know, I still don't know. After that episode and the bloopers, we spent 20 minutes and I still couldn't figure out how to say it right. But I can't get down that tongue thing that you did that one time.
It's in the Ripley's Museum. It is pretty cool.
It is really cool.
But you can do something cool too, right?
Yeah.
Herbert the Pervert?
Herbert the Pervert from Family Guy. So, say the motion.
We've as many funny memories that we've had. We've also had some really touching stories that we've done working with Helping Hands for Freedom.
Yeah, that's actually always moving, especially with the kids, their fathers that didn't come home from war, and the sacrifice that they made has been really huge and moving, and that's always a touching one.
Or some positive stories about the heroes coming home at Christmas. So
your brother came home.
Yes, he did, and actually he just got out of the Marine Corps, so he's home for good.
Awesome.
So that is
Welcome
a positive
home.
end. Yes, we're very excited.
Well, thank you guys for all of your service and for what you do. And it has been a very busy year on Real Scene TV, so let's watch our show together.
Real Scene TV starts now.
Closed captioning brought to you by Pearl Street Pizzeria and Pub. Handmade pizzas, sandwiches, and salads using the best ingredients. Great local brews on tap for every palate. Cozy dining in the heart of downtown. There are so many segments out there that we could have chosen for our best of 2014. Over the last year, our collaborations have reached new and surprising heights in editing, writing, and reporting.
Midwest Fashion Week, both the spring and the fall seasons showcase the talents of our hosts and production staff. Let's take a look. Are very, very talented, and I'm really happy that there's a place for them to showcase their talent.
The Midwest Fashion Week is my first, notch under my belt for trying to get exposed as a model.
I just absolutely love it because they bring in designers from all over the Midwest, so you get a little bit of flavor from different cities.
Midwest has found the way to take the talent that is here and showcase it on an excellent platform.
I think it's amazing that we have so much talent here in the Midwest, and this is just an amazing opportunity.
I'm really excited about this one piece I'm wearing. It's like black and it zips in the front, which I think is really different and it's really cool, and I'm really excited to wear it.
I've met people from all over the U.S., which is really cool, and I've met people from outside the U.S.
We've had designers from New York, Chicago, Phoenix, just everywhere.
What were you most proud of? I think I was most proud to hear the cheers when the full figure models took the stage.
I like to do a lot of body forms, kind of keep it sexy and elegant. This is my 5th show, and I'm so grateful. I'm doing so good, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it.
It was a great experience, actually, and I think the models look beautiful in the clothes, and I think everything just worked out really well. I'm happy with it.
And how many pieces do you have in your collection?
I have 15 pieces.
Swimsuit, fall, what are we looking at for tomorrow?
Fall, winter collection, but it has a lot of bright colors, a lot of pop, a lot of print. It's very exciting.
You know, we have a new race this year. It's called the Grand Prix of Indianapolis. We're launching a team of girls, Indy girls. So we wanted to find a great way to showcase them and show what they're going to be wearing on race day.
The Indy girls, the IMS, what do you think about them?
Well, I think it's great. You know, the house sport is a glamorous sport, and we always love to have beautiful women with nice clothes on, and that's what the Indy girls are all about. So, you know, I'm only excited that we're actually promoting the sport that way, because that's exactly what it's all about.
Is this your first year in Midwest Fashion?
First time, yes. I had a good time, I really did. It was beautiful. Actually, I took a few pictures. There's a few dresses that I think I'm going to get Haley.
Yeah. So how did you like the fashion show?
I enjoyed the part when the girls came out, of course.
Whether you're a model, hairstylist, makeup artist, stylists, bloggers, business owners, get involved with Midwest Fashion Week. Don't miss this great week of fashion in Indianapolis. Come and have fun with us.
Midwest Fashion Week celebrated record-breaking fall and spring seasons in Indianapolis, and Real Scene TV was thrilled to be a part of both exciting showcases.
I was honored to be Masters of Ceremonies at this event, and am proud that Real Scene TV plays a part in the growth of Midwest Fashion Week with each passing season.
There are times during a segment that everything just falls into place. The story's interesting, the lighting's just right, and it just works during the entire process.
The Indiana Medical History Museum segment is an excellent representation of a good balance of chemistry between the subjects and the video storyboard to make this a top pick for 2014.
We're in the old pathology building of the Indiana Medical History Museum, which was formerly known as the Central Indiana Hospital for the Insane. And I am here with the Executive Director, Sarah Halter, who's going to tell us a little bit more about the room that we're sitting in. And this is the old amphitheater.
That's right. This building was a research facility. It was the pathological department of Central State Hospital, and this was a teaching amphitheater for students. Medical students came here for lectures in psychiatry and neurology, and also viewed autopsies here.
And we took a quick little walk through, and this place is like a time capsule. Everything is so intact, and it's so fascinating for any of you history buffs.
The laboratory closed as part of Central State Hospital in 1968, and then reopened as the Indiana Medical History Museum in '69. And when that reopened, all of the original furnishings and equipment were still here and intact. So what you see on the tour is what they were using here in 1896, when it was a cutting-edge medical research facility.
When we were taking the walk through, there are actual human specimen, human brains that are still preserved in those jars from patients way back when.
Yes, they preserved them as teaching aids for the students, and so they're still on display with excerpts from the pathology records that are posted next to them.
So for the chemistry room, you showed me the refrigerator that was purchased in the 1920s, but there was also a contraption in there that was used during Prohibition.
Yeah, the still up in the corner, they purchased that during Prohibition. They had to get a special license in order to purchase it, and then it was tested periodically to make sure that they weren't using it for recreational purposes. The records room is directly above the autopsy room. The speaking tube comes up from the first floor there, so while they were performing the autopsy downstairs, another physician sat at the desk writing notes in the autopsy ledger. In the histology lab, they were studying cell structure and learning about tissue. They were learning about what exactly diseases do to you that make you sick, that sort of thing. And they were using tissue samples that they collected during the autopsies for that.
In the photography room, the camera in there is extremely large.
Yes, it produces photomicrographs, so it's sort of a box camera with a microscope attached to it.
In the chemistry lab upstairs here, there are vials of all of this original, chemicals and serums and things that were used to treat patients that are still intact.
Yeah, they have their original contents in them, and they're things that were used throughout the laboratories, preserving tissue, for chemical experiments and diagnostic testing, developing film, that sort of thing.
Well, you were talking to me about some of the events that you do with kids right here in the amphitheater and on the ground, so right close to Halloween. So, and I mean, since Halloween's kind of coming up, could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we do Wizards Academy, so kids come dressed up as witches and wizards, and they get sorted into their houses, and they go around the building doing science experiments in the labs here.
Okay, to schedule your tour of this fascinating historical museum, you can visit their website or give them a call here, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed. It's extremely fascinating, and we really enjoyed our visit. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The Indiana Medical History Museum is an Indianapolis monument to the beginning of psychiatric medical research, located on the grounds of the old Central Indiana Hospital for the Insane in the old pathology building.
I learned about the various relics, all related to medical history, that are housed in the museum. The museum is open to the public at least once a week.
Every 2 weeks, Real Scene TV showcases a bar or a restaurant for you to discover. The Willard in Franklin, Indiana is our pick for the best of 2014.
The segment not only highlights the story of one of Franklin's oldest establishments, but it possesses beauty in the footage of the memorabilia that decorates the wall, using the building as a large part in the segment to capture the characteristics of the Willard in time.
First off, this is an amazing, beautiful building that you have here. It's incredible. It's got a lot of history here in Franklin, Indiana. Tell us a little about that.
Well, we've been here since, my family's owned it since 1990, but the building itself's been here since 1860. And in 1922, the actual hotel opened, and then it closed in the late 70s, and then from that point on, a couple guys came along and saw this vacant, old, beautiful building, decided to make a restaurant and bar out of it, and ever since then, since like 86 till 90, that's when my folks bought it, and we've been here ever since. So.
Well, and you've actually kept some of the aspects of that old with the new as you guys have advanced, right?
Right.
So we kind of took a tour, and you have the stairwell, you have the fireplace, you actually have the old motel sign, right?
Yep, the old neon sign, and people love getting their picture taken underneath that, just a little piece of history.
When you guys are known not just for the history, but also for your food. I've come down to Franklin, and I always hear of pizza and wings and your beer selection.
Right.
So tell us what you guys have to eat.
Our biggest thing is people come here for the food. You can go anywhere and get a beer or a drink, but people have been coming here for 20-something years for our food, and we're pretty proud of that. We've got a good kitchen crew and a good staff here at Willard, so we're pretty proud of that. We're famous for pizza and chicken wings. We make our own sauce. All of our vegetables are hand cut and fresh. So that's what we've really been famous for the past 20-something years, and our chicken wings. But we also have great sandwiches, our hand-cut bread, tenderloins, hand-breaded. Our marinated ribeye sandwich is very popular. Our turkey clubs, Reubens, the list goes on.
Tony, these all sound delicious. I'm salivating as we're talking. I know that I have some food over there that looks amazing. I can't wait to try. And you guys, actually, this room that we're in right now, it's surrounded with some movie nostalgia, which is very unique because you guys are located right next to the Art Craft Theater.
Right. Yeah, we wanted to use that movie theme just because the Art Craft is such a big part of the community, big part with us, and right next door. So this room is kind of our movie room, just for the Art Craft.
Well, and every time I come down here, it's always packed. It's filled with people. And so if people want to come try it, obviously, hey, you got to get in and get a good seat. How can they find out where you guys are located and find information about you?
Well, our website, www.thewillard.com, is great. Our Facebook, The Willard, is another good way to find out what's going on, what we're doing, what's going on in Franklin, or give us a call.
Well, great. And I mean, I know that all the food's amazing, but do you, Tony, have some of your personal choices that you really like the most?
Right. Well, I'm a big wing guy, so.
All right, me too.
I love the chicken wings. You can't go wrong with that. We have all kinds of flavors: hot, mild, extra hot barbecue. Really good stuff. So, you have to try it all tonight.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna get completely stuffed here tonight at the Willard, and I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Well,
thank you so much. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for coming.
We enjoyed some good music, some good eats, and great atmosphere here at the Willard in Franklin.
The Willard is just south of Indianapolis in Franklin, Indiana. It boasts an amazing patio, delicious food, and a large selection of drinks.
Real Scene TV has been on the air for several years, and Danielle has been here for almost all of them.
I have, yeah. The cool part about the show is that when I met, Michelle and Amber that produced the show, it was just, a few kids with an idea and some passion and a handheld camera and a mic that plugged into the camera and just trying to get any interview that we could. And it's really cool to see how everything's kind of grown, and we've done really cool things like the Super Bowl and a lot of the opportunities that have opened up. I've just really felt blessed to be a part of it.
Looking at some of the older segments, we now do so many more stories per show, but also the tech part has grown a lot too. We've seen a lot of different camera angles incorporated, and the sound and the audio is fantastic. We just really keep bringing that level up higher and higher each episode.
Trying to find really good, compelling stories. I mean, after all, you guys are the reason that we're sitting right here. So we hope you're enjoying it. We are only partway through our show tonight, and we still have more of the best of 2014 to bring you right from the couch.
Equipment for RSTV provided in part by Roberts Everything Photo, Everything Imaging.
It is so much fun being here on Real Scene TV. Danielle, I'm curious, what is your favorite part about being here?
You mean besides sitting on the couch with you?
Besides that, of course, that's the natural choice.
I don't know. I like doing these studio shoots. We have a lot of fun. There's a lot of goofing off that goes on that you guys don't see, but you do see it on the bloopers.
The bloopers, we make the blooper reel.
We mess up a lot.
A lot.
We used to. My favorite part, I think, of doing this job is just the people that you get to meet. It's being out in the community. It's really doing, whether you're doing a feel-good story and you're really helping out a non-for-profit or a charity, or you're interviewing a local celeb like an Indiana Pacer or a Colts player, we do have a lot of fun. What about you?
I really enjoy some of the arts that we get to cover because I feel like those are a part of our community that don't always get the light that maybe it deserves. So whether it's Broadway Across America or, as you said, some of the not-for-profits and the great causes that they support.
Well, and how could you not have fun? Because John likes to off-road and he gets to do it out in the country.
That was pretty cool.
In an AV, yeah.
That was so cool.
I know.
That was totally up my alley.
I was jealous.
Real Scene TV strives to take a part in our community, presenting you with stories about the different not-for-profits, charity events, and general good deeds throughout our viewing area.
At each of these events, we are introduced to celebrities, good Samaritans, and donors who act as the propulsion for achieving the not-for-profits goals.
The segment done for Nathan's Playroom's annual golf outing is an excellent representation of a not-for-profit feature. The segment tells the story of the celebrities, donors, and activities that made the event a success.
They even have a 43 card for me, so if you're not moving along, the 43 is going to come out and sit you in the back and get you going. Thanks for having me here, and thank you for your support of Nathan's Playroom.
It's one thing to give dollars, it's another thing to give of yourself and your time. When you start doing that, it starts changing you inside. I tell people all the time, get involved, pick what you really like, the animals, the elderly, the children, the kids, the whoever, and start giving of yourself. It's amazing what happens.
That's a great thing to say, because that's exactly true, because you get just as much out of it, if not more.
Exactly right. You know, being able to go out and play that silly game of Survivor and then come back as a celebrity and show what we've been doing for years, but bring light to some of these things that people are doing, quietly helping change lives. That's why, of course, when they asked me to come out here and you know, play around, not actually play golf, but play around with the golfers.
Braden is a Riley kid, and I've seen Braden at different charity events, different events that we've done for Riley Hospital for Children. And Braden is a personality that immediately you become attached to. This is always a pleasure to come out here and be a part of something that's so special.
Brought the race car out for everyone to see today, get a piece of it, and really just out here for Braden and Kevin to support them. I know they've done a lot for everybody, and just very happy to be out here.
You know, I want to come out here and give back to them like they've, you know, supported me at the events that I've planned for Riley, and you know, different causes, but supporting the same, you know, general goal.
Being a sibling of a special needs sister, I can kind of hit home a little bit with it, so I thought it was a good cause.
It's all about giving back. You've got to participate whenever called upon, and this is a great event for a lot of young kids. And
today we're having our second annual Playroom Classic golf outing to benefit Nathan's Playroom. And what today is all about is to raise money for a couple new programs that we're developing right now. Our goal is to serve the siblings of seriously and chronically ill children. So we help the brothers and sisters of the kids that go through Riley Hospital and things like that. This year is our 2nd year, and we've got a great crowd, 56 golfers this year. So we're growing every year, and we're already set to do it next year and the year after.
Fantastic. You got some amazing auction items here today.
It's all silent auction, a full silent auction. We've had some awesome support from the local community. We have cool stuff from like Sun King Brewing, Easley Winery, Andretti Autosport, all kinds of different, the Indianapolis Colts, Pacers, Fever, all those have jumped in to help us out this year. So it's really nice to have that local support.
Well, thank you so much, Kevin. Best of luck with your fundraiser. Hopefully it will continue to grow each year. And again, if you want to find out more information about Nathan's Playroom, you can simply look at our YouTube channel for previous episodes and, of course, nathansplayroom.org.
Indianapolis has gone through one of the worst crime sprees it has seen in 30 years. In April, news stations reported that we were on pace toward 150 criminal homicides.
In August, the city began to look at an intensive data analysis of the area to launch a new crime prevention plan.
In October, Real Scene TV stepped outside of our normal feature. The segment tells the story of the crime impacting neighborhoods in our city, letting the story take a more somber and serious turn.
The work of the Real Scene TV staff on this segment represents a strength of talent utilized in a different method.
2009 through 2012, homicides were very consistent in Indianapolis. And then all of a sudden there was this 36% jump going into 2013, and now 2014 we've had a ton.
It could be just a stage in where the city is or where people's mindsets are, that instead of talking something out or solving, your issues in a different way, well, it needs to be solved now. And how it's solved now is through the firearm. That's pretty immediate, right?
Right.
So,
I want to solve this fight right now, and
exactly.
here's how I'm going to do it, and I'm going to win.
Exactly.
Officer Richards says it's not a firearm issue as much as it is a human issue.
It's the human being who chooses to do that. Place the accountability on the human being, because at some point we all have to be accountable for something.
Despite the uptick in crime, there is only so much the police officers can do with their small numbers.
Indianapolis needs every officer that it can get at this point. There's only so much you can do with the level of manpower that we have.
If they had more manpower, the police could spend more time impacting the local community.
Some of those encounters could be like, you know what, talk to me more and let me know what's going on. So we don't have time for that.
Having more officers on the force would allow for the policing of smaller, petty activity, and that can lead to preventing larger crime.
If we had the opportunity to do more traffic stops and do more just those smaller, impactful things, we would run into the people with the guns and whatever other illegal substances they have on them before that grows into something more.
But the police are only one arm of the justice system.
The system isn't working in terms of putting people away long enough or giving them harsh enough sentences. And you're seeing these repeat offenders over and over.
When we arrest people, we would expect them to serve a certain amount of time or be locked up for a certain amount of time. And it seems like even with someone with a gun case would be out way faster.
Before I could ask another question, a call came in over the radio.
Brother is a white male wearing a black hoodie, possibly armed with a knife. All parties live in the trailer court.
Residence was broken into and several items were taken.
Oh no.
So you're gonna go and check that out.
The suspects, 2 juveniles who skipped school, don't get far before they're apprehended.
Well, we got him over here. If you want to lock him up.
We found the kids who stole the items.
The young men behind me are 2 juveniles who skipped school today and decided to break into a home and steal an Xbox player. Unfortunately, now they're headed to the Juvenile Detention Center and they're under arrest.
Got the items back and now we're going to return them to the family. So one of the small moments where we can actually bring some resolution to a situation almost immediately. So that is good.
It's a good day.
That's a good day.
Case closed.
Case closed.
It's been a great day riding along with Officer Richards. We've seen a different perspective and learned a lot about crime in Indianapolis and ways we can help keep our city safe.
Members of Real Scene TV on-air staff and production staff have pushed themselves professionally, taking longer strides in our work over the past year.
This has helped us to grow as members of the media, as well as members of our surrounding community. Danielle, how have you grown and seen Real Scene TV change this past year?
I think being an entertainment show, everybody thinks it's just going to be music and fashion and all these things, but we go so far beyond that. I mean, we're out there getting these stories and trying to bring you relevant content that goes beyond the feel-good stuff, right? We're out there looking for funding to keep a school's program alive, and we're doing serious stories about the community here, trying to bring you what really matters to make a difference. What do you think?
Absolutely, and I think our talent too has really grown over this past year, and each person has their own personality, and we've been able to find stories that they're passionate about and that they really do care and invest themselves in, and you can see that in every episode.
It really does show.
We would like to thank the establishment and all the other people that have invited us into their stories, allowing Real Scene TV to be a part of their 2014.
Thank you for watching our Best of 2014 show. It has been a fantastic season for Real Scene TV.
We'll be back on the couch in 2015 right here from our studios at the 247 Sky Bar.
Thanks for watching. Good night.
Ha, ha, ha.
I don't want nobody, babe. Whoa.
If I can't have you, yeah. Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. Don't
right.
hold it back anymore. It's your birthday?
Hey, what's up, social media? What? Shut up, John. I'm talking. I'm selfish. Let's do it that way. It was perfect.
We just did.
What?
He's recording.
Real Scene TV is brought to you by Top Shelf Productions.